This video is brought to you by Straight Goods News, Canada's alternative online news source. Visit Straightgoods.ca.
Yes. What do you think the effect on the environment of this budget is going to be?
Well, this is a tough on nature budget. I don't know what nature ever did to Stephen Harper, but clearly he's got a problem with nature. Maybe, as Robert Bateman diagnoses it, maybe he has nature deficit disorder. But this budget is about greasing the wheels for expanded fossil fuel development as fast as possible. So time-limited, steamrolled environmental reviews, followed by they're putting a lot of money into helping the fossil fuel industry develop its pipeline plans, be able to say that tankers are safe. I mean, the presumption in this budget is that everything you've ever imagined that would be the worst fossil fuel development is going ahead. They even single out the sensitive ecosystem of the Gulf of St. Lawrence and say they want to fast-track offshore oil and gas in the Gulf of St. Lawrence. They've killed the National Roundtable, which I think is a shocker, created by Mulroney. I mean, it's only $5 million a year. This is not austerity. This is they do not like the voices of critics, even when they are relatively tame voices of people relatively supportive of the current government. I mean, the executive director of the Roundtable was Jim Flaherty's former chief of staff. They've killed the Roundtable and they've threatened charities. There's a lot of language in here about charities will face sanctions if they speak out politically. This is about as bad as it could get, and I think it does apply retroactively. The way I read it, this is so much designed around getting bitumen crude from Alberta into super tankers on the BC coast, and we've got to raise holy hell to stop them.
They've promised consultation, of course.
Well, I didn't see much in here about consultation. They've eliminated one of the consultative arms that they had, the National Roundtable on Environment and Economy. They've committed that most everything, there may be consultation with industry. But I didn't see a lot in here about consultation, certainly not with environmental groups.
There was a little bit about consultation with Aboriginal groups, but not a lot of detail.
Exactly. There's a reference, of course, First Nations have a constitutionally enshrined right to be consulted in very specific ways under Delgamuukw and the Weyerhaeuser case in Haida Gwaii and other case law. So, yeah, they can't exactly run roughshod over First Nations without consultation. But I think a consultation process will likely feel like being steamrolled.
So in 25 words or less?
This is a budget that takes Canada back to probably before the 1970s in terms of an attitude towards the environment. This is a budget that talks about essentially, it doesn't even mention the words climate change. This is a budget written by people who are ignoring the single largest threat to our survival and fueling disaster by expanding fossil fuels.